One of the unintended consequences of the revenue sharing and the House versus NCAA settlement is we could see high school players accepting and expecting six-figure contracts before even stepping on campus. In addition to the price of quarterbacks, it's going up. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year-round. If that is something that you are into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think Faizon Brandon, Zion Lee, Keyshawn Henderson, Tristan Keys, or any of the top-rated players in the 2026 class should expect $250,000, $300,000 as a signing bonus before even stepping on campus? And how much do you think a quarterback might be worth given what the market has shown? I'm also going to take this opportunity to remind you that we have an audio podcast on Apple and Spotify. I am giving away stickers for free. Look like this. There's also a picture that's a little bit better on the community tab if you would like to go look. As a means of saying thank you for going to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and leaving a 5-star review. It helps people discover the show. We're getting pretty good about being robust there, finding out just what it is you guys would like to get out of a podcast, like including timestamps, the duration of such a show, and what you would like to see in such a show as we get closer and closer to doing more live shows, doing a little bit more late night, especially as we get to games, and we're going to be following immediately after big games on the show here. So go ahead and go to the Apple Podcast, go to the Spotify Podcast, leave a 5-star review, fill out this form in the description below, and I will personally send you a sticker as a way of saying thank you. So I found it interesting that the recruiting dynamics of House versus NCAA have mostly gone unchanged, right? You're still going to need some things to go your way in as far as Congress and or regulation if you want to see things like salary caps be enforced and the revenue sharing cap be enforced, because what you're going to see is people are going to use their revenue sharing to pay a large portion of their football rosters and then probably try to make up the rest as they can for name, image, and likeness across the other sports, including the Olympic sports and especially Title IX, which I'm not even sure how that's going to interact with the House versus NCAA settlement, except to say everybody that was owed back pay since 2016 is going to get their back pay since 2016. RIP to all of us that finished playing college athletics 2015 or prior, because we ain't getting a dime. But we are going to see other players get paid and get paid handsomely. So much so that now you have Texas Tech's head coach talking about Najee Kennedy, who is making $1 million to be a softball player. He's going, hey, how come we don't hear about the $3 or $4 million that a quarterback who's a male plays on a football team? And going, dog, we do. We talk about it all the time. We hate it. We hate it. As a group, we hate it. I love it. As a group, we hate it. People do not like the idea that these players are getting paid. They've been vocal about it. In some cases, they're just quiet about it because people like myself are going, why are you trying to limit the earning potential of any person in the United States of America? You are worth what somebody is willing to pay you, dog. If you can go get $3-4 million, go get $3-4 million. And I think he's thinking about Darren Mensah when he says this, because Darren Mensah is going to make $4 million this year and next year as the starting quarterback at Duke. But that's the price, right? Yesterday's price is not today's price, and the price of brick continues to go up. If you can play, you're going to get paid. I think you're also going to see more high school players getting paid up front. Like, I'm thinking about Nico Iamaleava, who was really the first guy to take advantage of this. Nico Iamaleava got $300,000 just for signing with Tennessee before he got there. And one of the reasons that you did this, and one of the reasons I think we're going to continue to do this, is it's the easiest way to get around the revenue sharing. If you want to pay a player and ensure that he's coming to your university come hell or high water, at least for that 1 year, you pay him outside of the coffers that are your revenue sharing, and before you even get your name, image, and likeness collective that might be associated with the university. It isn't going to stop any business or millionaire from wanting to give a player $250,000 or even $2 million to come play for them. This is why Cody Campbell is such a big deal at Tech. He threw a bunch of money at the football program. He's thrown a bunch of money at the softball program. They played in the College World Series for the first time with a millionaire pitcher and hitter. That's what it takes. You want to go compete? You want to beat Oklahoma, who has won and won and won? You're going to have to pay the price. You know what I'm saying? That's what Texas is doing as well. That's how they won their first College World Series national championship. We're also getting to a place where the money is becoming just a part of the game. The money gets you into the game. That's what it is. The money gets you to the table. You want to play at the World Series of Poker, you need to be able to buy in. If you ain't got the buy-in, you can't play. That's just the price of getting to the table. Once you get to the table, it's up to you to make those chips do what they do. And if you're not Mike McD and you ain't good enough to call KGB and pick up whatever it is he's putting down, maybe you shouldn't be at the table. So when I hear people say things like, this is the end of college sports, nah, dog, this is the end of your college sport. This might be the end of your university football team. I went to a small liberal arts school in Tulsa called the University of Tulsa. Actually produced 4 Hall of Fame pro football players. People forget this. Zaven Collins comes out of TU. Jerry Ostrowski comes out of TU. I can keep going down the line on great players. Steve Largent comes out of TU. Drew Pearson comes out of TU. The point there is, might get priced out of playing ball because that's what it's going to take. You're going to have to start throwing money into your program in ways that you just haven't and feel uncomfortable with if that's what you want to do and want to play. The problem with this is universities need football. If you got a football team, especially if they play FBS football, you need them. That is the easiest way to get people to show up to your university and the easiest way to get people that can pay the price to want to go to school there. This is why Colorado is paying Deion Sanders $10 million annually. Their prospective students have gone through the roof. The number of students that they get in to enroll has gone through the roof. People are paying full price. They're seeing this money come back to them in economic impact, not just in Boulder, but the university proper. That's all over. You get smarter people coming to university too. I love pointing out what the University of Alabama was able to do with Nick Saban. University of Alabama had an average ACT score of about 1720 the first year he got there. By the time he leaves, they're up to 2930 just to get in the door because people want to be associated with winning. That's what it is. So Boise State is going to see dividends paid from the outstanding year they had in 2024. Michigan's going to continue to see dividends from 2023. Ohio State's going to see dividends from 2024. It's going to keep rolling like this. This is why we play for the championships on an economic basis, right? The money that is also being brought in, and we're talking about $1 billion that was spread among 16 teams in the Big Ten. Because remember, 2 of those teams ain't get paid, right? They just wanted to come into the Big Ten and have a place to go, giving up whatever revenue share they might be able to get this year and the next. You're seeing that also is true across the board. SMU joining the ACC. They took the hit so they could make the college football playoff. That's it. If SMU played in the Big 12 or in the Mountain West, they're not making the college football playoff. Because they played in the ACC, we're giving them more than just the benefit of the doubt. We're saying, okay, you played really well against what we think is a decent enough conference, and you look like beating Clemson, but you didn't, so we're going to let you both in. Meanwhile, you have teams like Alabama who are used to renting a room at the college football playoff going, wait a second, what gives? Why didn't we get in here? Well, you lost to a bad Oklahoma, you lost to an okay Vanderbilt, and you lost to Tennessee. What do you want us to tell you, right? Like go win your games, and then you get into this thing. I am of the opinion that if you can afford to pay a player, like I'm going to pick on Tristan Keys because he's from Hattiesburg. My mother went to Hattiesburg High. Tristan Keys go to Hattiesburg High. I grew up playing baseball at Dixie Youth across the street from Hattiesburg High. Robert Gillespie went to Hattiesburg High. My grandmother, she didn't go to Hattiesburg High because, segregation and whatnot. But the purple and gold and the Tigers is true blue over there, right? Southern Miss is down the road, but as you can see, Tristan has committed to LSU because that's the program at Hattiesburg, right? You go to Southern Miss if you're not able to go to LSU. Certainly don't go to Jackson State, but, I don't know what that's about. You know what I'm just going to say? You ain't going to Ole Miss. You ain't going to find nobody south of Jackson that's going to mess with Ole Miss. We just don't do that. We don't, no. But LSU, yeah. Are you going to pay Tristan Keys $250,000, make sure he goes to LSU? Damn sure you will, because that's a great wideout. You can make that work. I'm excited about what this is going to mean for college football because I'm going to see life-changing money. It's not just the money. It's going to be real estate. It's going to be cars. If you got a kid that can play, now is the time. Protect him, take care of him, put him on the right path, because by the time he turns 17, you could be talking to about 6-7 figures in income between the ages of 17 and 23, and that's even before you get to the NFL.